Hello users, and welcome to another episodic installation of Above It All. And, you know, this is terrible. This is really bad. The other day Nancy Pelosi did this whole live stream thing with some really bad comedian or something, where she was like, let me do a little tour of my refrigerator. And it was the cringiest fucking garbage you've ever seen in your life. And lo and behold, the Republicans are weaponizing it with maximum effect. So we have a little advertisement here, an advertisement, as they would say across the pond. So let's see what is popping in the Republican land. Warning, this is a really, really effective advertisement.
We turn now to that $350 billion fund to help small businesses and its workers get through the shutdown.
It will be up to Congress to restock it.
But Democrats blocking that move this morning.
They asked for $250 billion in 48 hours. I said, well, I don't think so. They objected, and I congratulate the Senate Democrats.
Speaker Pelosi, what are you going to share with us from your home?
Chocolate candy.
Thousands have been forced to wait for hours at food banks all across the country.
This is
Oh my.
chocolate, and then we have some other chocolate here. We just got it restocked with the ice cream.
You don't want to eat up everything all at one time.
I can't do it much longer. I'm trying so hard.
We were, shall we say, enjoying.
Having to admit that, we're starving, and
I like it better than anything else.
Taping this segment, there are 22 million people out of work.
This specific program is about stopping job losses today.
The fucking laugh.
Other people in our family go for some other flavors, but
Right now, it's survival move. You don't know where that next something else is going to come from.
I don't know what I would have done if ice cream were not invented. I just wonder.
Oof, right? Oof. Oof, right? Like, that's just... This is the thing, it's like, this has real hardcore Bernie Sanders advertisement energy, and that's exactly what they're going for, which is why this is so devastatingly effective, is they basically decided to make a Bernie Sanders advertisement. Like, what if Bernie Sanders actually went after the Democratic establishment? Oh, this is what it would look like. This is a Bernie Sanders ad. This is... everything about this is a Bernie Sanders ad. Now, this is why it's so devastating, is I get a lot of comments from dumb motherfuckers, and I feel sorry for them, that go like, oh, Republicans try to give me money, and they're great, and everything, even though, that's clearly not true. The corporate slush fund was a disaster. The fucking small business loans were a disaster. But this is the thing, is both parties are corrupt to the core, and they're completely shitting themselves on this one, right? Except the only difference here is optics. The Democrats don't know how the fuck to control optics, whereas the Republicans are amazing at optics. And that's it. So you see advertisements like this that are just devastating. They make you unironically tear up. I got sad the first time I watched this because it's awful. And this is one of those things where it's like, yes, there are so many people out there struggling. And they're going to say, oh shit, I lost my job, everything's falling apart, but Trump gave me money, and Nancy Pelosi's eating ice cream on television. What is she doing? She's doing nothing. She's doing nothing. Nancy Pelosi will go down in history as one of the worst politicians of all time. And I mean that on, an objective, subjective, she is terrible. Here's a good barometer to tell whether or not someone's a psychopath. Do they like Nancy Pelosi? If yes, they're a fucking piece of garbage and they need to be just fucking eradicated from the face of the internet. Nobody should ever have to read their fucking opinions ever again because they're worthless. Or no, they don't like Nancy Pelosi, therefore they might still be a psychopath, but I mean that's still a relatively good barometer of whether or not they're a psychopath. But seriously, that ice cream thing, and the laugh is evil. It sounds like Cruella de Vil from fucking 101 Dalmatians. It's hideous. It's horrifying. But what the hell is Donald Trump doing? He's not doing jack fucking shit. He fired the pandemic response teams in 2017 and 2018. He's not doing anything. He's not doing fucking anything. He's a piece of garbage. Anyone who thinks that he's the answer to this is a piece of dumb fucking shit. But that's the thing we live in now. We live in the hell world. We've officially entered the hell world. I don't know why this isn't auto replaying, but we've officially entered the hell world where Donald Trump versus Joe Biden is the worst possible situation that we can be in as far as electoral politics go. If you're watching this video, you need to get You just need to get serious about politics. Like, you need to talk to your local community, anyone you know in your town, make sure that they're safe, and see if you can start organizing some sort of groups. You know, during this pandemic, you have a lot of time on your hands, presumably, that you wouldn't otherwise have, especially if you're, watching YouTube right now. Call up your buds, call up your family, see if you can get some sort of, if you live in a town with a DSA chapter or an SRA chapter, check them out. Try to get like as big of a community organization as you can, because that's really the only way forward. Direct action is the only way forward as far as politics go. Electoralism is dead. Anyone who thinks otherwise, I mean, yeah, sure, down ballot, of course. There are progressive people in a lot of places, but not every place. If you live in a place with a progressive challenger, like for example Shahid Buttar, who's in Nancy Pelosi's district, do everything you can to get them elected. But if you're in one of these areas like I am, where it's just kind of like shit all over the place, you got to get your community organized, and you got to get ready for the next fucking onslaught of pure garbage coming from both parties, because it's coming in, and it's coming in hot. And Jesus fucking Christ, this is a good advertisement.